And the miracle of the live streaming starts. Now the question is, does LinkedIn start? As always, this is always the first question of any live stream. Does LinkedIn actually start the stream? Because this is not obvious. This is not obvious, not for me, not for LinkedIn, if it's actually going to start the event. Let's see. Learn how to go live. Is it actually live though? Well, I'm definitely live on Twitch. Okay. This thing was a quick way to check if Twitch is working. Quick check on YouTube. Let's see. YouTube. Yay. YouTube is working. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it insane? It's live, just saying hi. Bye for now. Wow, that was the quickest joining and flying out of stream. Hi everyone. So, have you guys have been on my stream before? If yes, then please plus in the chat if you have been on my streams, and minus if you have not. So basically the way I stream is that I stream until I like it. I stream until I like it. Let's see. Okay, so here's reality about streaming. Okay, so first of all, I totally love streaming. Okay, there's no particular reason why I love it. I just love it because I love the live interaction and all of this. Okay, so now, but the thing about live streaming is that of course it is a little bit, it can be a little bit tricky, and especially if you're on LinkedIn. And guys, if you're on LinkedIn, then please go to YouTube. Okay, YouTube or Twitch. I'm streaming. I am multi-streaming. I am streaming on all the platforms I can reach. Okay, so hi from Brazil, Jessica Grosskopf from Brazil. You have the most non-Brazilian name I can imagine. Most non-Brazilian name. Okay, so guys, whoever is right now on LinkedIn, can you see the YouTube link? Because I hope you can. Because there's many reasons why you should go there. The main reason is because, well, while you're watching on YouTube, right? First, I know that you can get distracted on YouTube because there's just so much more to click off to watch. I don't know, what do you guys like watching on YouTube? But I know that it's very easy to get distracted. Okay, but wait a second. And now wait a second. What's going on? I see my event went down on LinkedIn. And this was exactly the reason why I told you guys to go off the LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn is the last platform I would want to watch a live stream. Event know about you. Okay. So I already I don't know, I already put how many links I put on LinkedIn. So you guys have to go to YouTube and basically watch on my YouTube channel. You need to go to YouTube and also say hi from the YouTube, so I know that you're actually on YouTube. Okay, this is the deal. This is the deal. I'm gonna show you a lot of cool things today. I'm gonna show you really a lot of cool things. Yeah, like for example, like this one, an empty black screen. This is one of those cool things that I want to share you. Um, here we go. Yay! Now that's better. Avatar, where are you from? I am from Germany or Ukraine. To be honest, I don't. Okay, okay, okay. Sound. What about now? Does it work now? A sound. It shows now that it works. Yes, right? Should be working. Freaking hell. Technology, I tell you. Technology is crazy. Sound is back for me. Nice. This is good. And I can see you guys that you're on YouTube. This is good. Well, I don't really care if you're on YouTube or if you're on Twitch. Those both platforms, they work for me. The only thing that I really hate is LinkedIn. Even though I hang out on LinkedIn all the time. It's my favorite platform to probably like scroll around. But for live streaming, it sucks. I am sorry to tell you, LinkedIn, this, but you suck for live streaming so much. So for those who are on LinkedIn, you better go on YouTube. And the benefit of going on YouTube is that you actually give me watching hours. Can you imagine, guys? So like I am giving you all these free cool things that I'm going to be teaching you today, and you're giving me the watching hours. And I check my watching hours on YouTube all the time. I am obsessed about this. So if you can go on YouTube, then it's very nice if you can go there. It's the best. It's the best. Or of course Twitch. I also love Twitch. I stream sometimes on Twitch, more of a business related stuff rather than Salesforce itself. Right now, this is the essence of multi-streaming. I am multi-streaming to 3 freaking platforms. I don't know how my internet actually can work with this. So where I am from? Someone is asking where I'm from. I am from Germany, but I was born in Ukraine. It's kind of hard to say. I don't know. You can hear it with my thick Ukrainian accent that I'm not a native English speaker, right? Um, and yeah, I was born in Ukraine, and then at some point I realized how cool is actually computer science and programming. And then I moved to Germany, and then I went to study in Germany computer science. And guess what? I go to Germany, I sit down on my first lecture of computer science, right? I sit down there, and I'm like, now I'm gonna become a developer, right? Because I wanted to become a developer, right? This is why I started learning coding and German and like going to computer science. And I sit down and we start doing math, a lot of math. And I didn't learn how to code doing computer science. And this sucks because a lot of people think that computer science is coding, which I was one of those people. I thought that I'm going to become a developer by doing computer science. I did not. I didn't become a developer. I become, I don't know, computer science graduate by doing computer science. Okay. Aviator says, Привет, привет. Hi, everyone. Multi-platform, yes. Okay. Okay. Sound is back. This is good. This is good. Well, we had quite an interesting start for 2026, I would say. Yeah. The year started interesting. I don't know where the world is going. Probably nowhere good. But we still need to become developers and to learn everything. And now my mouse doesn't work. Okay. Now let me set it up and then we're gonna get started. Because you can see I prepared for you here some incredible graphics here. In the meanwhile, can you guys write plus in the chat if you have been on my streams before and minus if you have not? It's actually pretty interesting for me because I kind of really enjoy live streaming, and I don't know, like if you guys enjoy it too, then I'll do it more for sure. The thing with minus, oh my god, you have never been in my live streams. Oh wow, you're up for a for a ride. Jace plus, this is good. This is the first time. Digital nomad. Hey. Plus, okay, so some people have been there, some people have not. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Okay. My mouse is back. I wonder how you guys find those streams. I guess LinkedIn. Yes, probably you guys know me from LinkedIn. If you have never been on my live streams, then you probably found me through LinkedIn. This is the most logical explanation for me. It's interesting that someone actually is on Twitch. I know you might have difficulties pronouncing my name. Aditya Kari Karan Bib. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm so sorry, but you're right. I am sorry for this. I got notification from Twitch. You probably were subscribed on me, or you followed me before, right? So if you found me somehow on Twitch, I bet you just you followed me before, because I used to stream on Twitch. I had this. I wanted to stream. I wanted to basically make Salesforce streams in basically work in Salesforce, right? Just streaming in general, because literally streaming is a thing in any other industry, but not in freaking Salesforce. And yeah, well, I didn't have time because I was busy building my business. As always, between money and streaming, I'm sorry, guys, I will choose money. Simply Aditya. Okay. Have you worked with the SFCC B2B? So I think it's Salesforce Cloud B2B, right? I have, unfortunately, I did actually. It was one of my last projects when I was a developer, and I really did not enjoy it. I really did not enjoy it. Yeah, it's pretty confusing product. I think B2B clouds or B2C clouds. After I had those projects, I said to myself, I'll never do B2B or B2C clouds. That was basically my my premise now. I'm not sure if you mean SFCC, Salesforce Cloud, right? It has to be Salesforce. Yeah. Okay. Who is here a developer? Plus in the chat if you're a developer. Minus if you're not a developer. Would be interesting to see, because I wanted to speak about how to become a Salesforce developer, or how I became a Salesforce developer. Because I told you when I came to Germany, so that was me. And I think I was like 17 or something. And I wanted to be a developer, right? I heard about those crazy salaries of developers, and I learned German, and I went to Germany. And I started studying computer science, because I was like, okay, how can I become a developer? Well, I have to study computer science. And then I sit down, and turns out I'm going to be doing a lot of mathematics instead of actually programming. So what I had to do is actually to go and learn coding on my own, which is an interesting thing, because you have in general in coding, you have that people say, okay, I am a self-taught developer, or I'm not a self-taught developer, right? I study development, I didn't study development. And in my opinion, most developers are to some extent self-taught. Even if you're like me, and even if you studied computer science or anything related to coding, electrical engineering, I saw someone was studying electrical engineering in the chat. So if you guys studied something, still, you have to learn coding on your own in most cases. Unfortunately, coding is not the skill that you learn at the university. Oh my god, you see my middle name and laugh. Wait, who? Now I'm curious. Who is saying this? You see my middle name and laugh. Ah, it's Jessica Groskop. Yes, I tell you, you have the most non-Brazilian name. You're Jessica and you're Groskop, which is very German, I would say. Okay, so coding, right? Now, first of all, there's a difference between coding and development. Coding and development, different things. Okay. Now, what is the difference? With coding, you basically write code. That's what you do. You write code. With development, you apply your coding skills. You apply your coding skills. So you take your ability to write code to solve business problems. Different things, right? So if you take some really prodigy guy, right? Someone who is like, imagine the nerdiest out of the nerdiest programmers that you can imagine studying computer science in the university. They're like, they're sitting somewhere, they have the keyboard there, they have like their hoodie, which I think if I take my hoodie like this, I think I'm coming pretty close to, maybe I need some like a green background or something, and then I'm gonna be looking like those guys who are sitting and coding all the time, right? So imagine those guys. They're sitting and they're coding all the time, and they are getting really, really great at coding, right? Now, you take those guys who are really great at coding, maybe they get good competitive coders, right? Maybe they're great at solving some crazy mathematical coding equations or whatever. You take those people, you smash them, you throw them into a Salesforce developer role. Now the question, are they going to be senior immediately? Are they going to be senior immediately? Right? The answer is absolutely no, right? Even if the guy is, or a girl, even if they're super nerdy and they've been coding for 10 years, if you put them in Salesforce or in any other coding industry, they will not be seniors immediately. Maybe they will learn it fast, but they will not be immediately seniors. They still gonna start as juniors. And why is it the case? Exactly because there is a difference between coding and software development. Those two skills are separate. Those are not the same skills. Okay? Now, another way of thinking about this, imagine if you want to write a book. You want to write a book in German. What should we name this book in German? Dangerous question to ask. But what should be the name of the book? Let's say it's going to be Duden, which is a real book. It's a dictionary. It's a very known German dictionary. Everyone who studied German always had this dictionary. Okay. So you want to write a book. Maybe not necessarily Duden. Maybe some kind of story, right? You want to write some kind of story, right, in German. But you don't speak any German. What would you do? Step number 1, learn grammar. Learn grammar, right? Step number 2, learn simple sentences, right? Step number 3, simple story. And step number 4, write the freaking book. Write book, right? Okay, my writing is not perfect. As you see, I've been coding in my high school instead of writing, but you can see that you will not jump into writing book immediately, right? This is like step number, who knows, 4 or 400 if you want to write a book in the language that you don't speak. And not everyone who speaks German can write a book in German. Not everyone who speaks English can write a book in English. Not everyone who speaks Spanish can write a book in Spanish, right? Because those are different skills, even though they are kind of similar, right? Because both are using the language. But one of them is actually using the language to speak, to communicate, to write something, right? But another one is to do the storytelling, to tell a story, to write a book, to make it somehow into one cohesive something, right? So those are two different skills. And the same goes with the coding and development. If you can code, doesn't mean that you're a software engineer. Doesn't mean that you can be a senior and you can work as a developer. There are plenty of people who can code but are not developers. And this is okay. It's just two different skills, okay? So this is important to keep in mind. If you want to become a developer, you need to decide, where do you want to be? Do you want to just be able to code, to do, I don't know, maybe some vibe coding? Maybe some vibe coding, right? Or do you want to work as a developer and then actually to make it to your job? Completely different things, right? So you need to know which one do you want to do. And you always have to start with coding. There is not a chance that you can write a book in German if you don't speak German, right? You cannot write a book in English if you don't speak English. The same way, there's no way you can become a developer without learning how to code. It is obvious when I phrase it like this, but it is not obvious when we speak in terms of Salesforce and when we look at Trailhead and all the other things. Okay? I am from electronic engineering. I don't know anything about coding. I have been working as a Salesforce admin for a few years and I want to switch to development. Do you want to switch into developers? Because do you guys want to like work full time as a developer, or do you just want to learn how to code? So where here would you like to end up? Do you want to be like a developer, or do you want to just learn how to code? Because there are also really good benefits in learning how to code. If you know how to code, but it's not your main job, you can just do it for fun, right? You can just basically do it as, I don't know, vibe coding, as I said, right? You can just use it to create some side projects. You can use it to, I don't know, deliver some cool things without making to your job. Because once you make something to your job, it can become stressful, right? I am a senior Salesforce developer, 5x certified. Consider me in for your project to develop together. Okay, that's good. That's good. This is like the Japanese guy named Hans Olafsson. Yeah, it's crazy. The mix of cultures is pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Okay. I like when people come to LinkedIn. Like sometimes I see the comments and they're like related to something I said like 20 minutes ago. And people like come to the stream, but they don't go like live all the way to the live. They go like back 20 minutes and they watch from there. But the stream is still going. Okay. Okay. Now it's gonna get controversial. It's gonna get controversial. Because I'm gonna say something that Salesforce is not gonna like. So I can, before I do that, I can continue a little bit with my story, because I think it's important for you guys to know, especially if you're for the first time on the stream. I think it's important for you guys to know how I actually end up as a developer. I went So I went to study computer science, right? And I think that Salesforce is such a place where you never end up deliberately. You end up by chance in Salesforce, right? I don't think there's a single person who deliberately chose Salesforce. Maybe there is. Okay, I'm already saying very controversial things. But I personally, I didn't know what the hell is Salesforce. So I just took a job that I really liked because I wanted to work with the founder of a company, of a consulting company. And he was Ukrainian and I was Ukrainian. And he was in Germany and I was in Germany. And I wanted to help him build this business. And it was a Salesforce consultancy. Salesforce consultancy. Okay. Salesforce consultancy. And I had no idea about Salesforce and I had no idea about consulting. But I said, screw this, I'm going to try it, right? And this is how I end up in Salesforce. And then I realized how cool is Salesforce. And I worked with a lot of different cool companies. And that's how I basically end up in Salesforce, right? And in case you're completely new to what I'm doing, which is interesting, but in case you're completely new, then the best way to see what I'm doing is actually to go to this link that I have sent and sign up to learn Apex for free, because this is a new thing that I'm going to try out. So I'm going to create basically these free lessons for you guys if you want to learn Apex a little bit. And yeah, you can go there, and this link is going to basically teach you Apex for free in 60 minutes, a little bit of Apex. Wait, is it I'm confused again with the live stream. I'm sorry. I'm gonna need to make. I see someone spamming Agent Force. What Agent Force? I'm trying to see if the stream is out or not out. Yeah, because yeah, you can still see everything. No, everything works. What the hell? Just my software is not showing it. I don't know if I will ever stop worrying about this. I remember when I was streaming about 2 years ago, I did the whole stream, not the whole stream, but like 30 minutes of a stream muted. And I didn't see that I was muted. And I was basically speaking and speaking and speaking like I'm speaking right now for 30 minutes. And then I looked at the chat, and the chat was like for 30 minutes, like, you're muted, unmute yourself. And I was like, shit, okay, not good. I just subscribed. Thank you, digital nomad. Okay. I mean, I see someone writing in the chat, Agent Force. Guys, if you wanna expand on the Agent Force, I'm all for it. You know, people sometimes are canceling me in the comments on my LinkedIn post about Agent Force. Recently, I think I made I send an email. Like, I'm sending email almost every single day. And I've sent an email about Ancient Force and something like that I don't really believe in the product that much, right? And someone like really angry responded to me in the email that, hey, do you have any confirmation that Agent Force is bad? Do you have any confirmation? Can you write an article about how Agent Force is bad? Do you have any confirmation, or is it just empty words? And I was like, bro, chill. It's just an email. Just an email. I don't need to write the whole article to prove a point. But yeah, Salesforce is going into Hyperforce beyond Agent Force. I think Hyperforce is different thing. I don't know. But you know, you can lose very easily track with the Salesforce. when you were about to say something Salesforce not gonna like. This is still coming. Salesforce not gonna like. But I think Salesforce loves Agentforce. They love it too much. But I feel like Salesforce is gonna cancel me, or people are gonna cancel me for Agentforce. But am I the only one who thinks that Agentforce is kind of bad? It's not. It's not like Agentforce is not. It's not horrible. It does something. It also brings some revenue, right? Definitely brings a lot of revenue, like I think 500 million, 500 million, right? But it's not good either. Like it's not good. I'm sorry, Salesforce. I cannot tell you it's good when it's not. It's just okay. That's it. That's the whole Agentforce. It's okay. It's not bad, it's not horrible, but Agentforce is definitely not the miraculous thing that Salesforce makes it, right? It's not the thing that's, I don't know, it's just not an insanely crazy product. It's okay product. It's just AI built on Salesforce. But Salesforce trying to push it in the way that, like, when you read about what Salesforce says, it's like game-changing AGI or ASI thing. Agentforce Vibes is a pretty cool thing. I agree, actually. I agree. The only product that I love is Agentforce Vibes. Pretty good thing. Even though I don't like the name. I think they should have named it a little bit different. But it is actually pretty cool. I actually like it. I actually like it. Okay, so coming back to how to become a Salesforce developer, right? Not Agentforce developer. We're gonna become a Salesforce developer. Now, despite all the Agentforce and all the hype that Mark Benioff says that he doesn't hire developers, even though he does, becoming a Salesforce developer still a cool option because you just earn more. You earn more, you work, you have a nice work-life balance. And despite everything that people say, senior developers right now on the market are in crazy demand. Okay, and that's not gonna change. Okay, someone has to basically clean up the Agentforce and Agentforce Vibes mess at the end. But the point is, it's not too late to become a Salesforce developer. Okay. So it's still a really good thing. It's not actually AI. It uses AI to do automation intelligently. Well, and then someone says, I think so too. I also don't like Agentforce. Yeah, I mean, Agentforce, yeah, it is something, right? It is something. So, Salesforce developer, yeah? How do you become one? Now, the most important thing, what you need to do is not to study on Trailhead. Okay? This is the most important thing. Don't study on Trailhead, okay? Like, if you have this rule, then this is good. Because there's not a single person in the whole world who became a Salesforce developer by studying Trailhead only. I just cannot imagine it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we're going to have someone who's going to come and say, hey, no, I actually become a Salesforce developer just by studying Trailheads. I'm going to say BS, okay? Because when I was studying on Trailhead, I actually did kind of become a Salesforce developer by studying on Trailhead, okay? But the thing is that I've been coding until that time for 5 freaking years, okay? So I've been coding for 5 years, and if you've been coding for 5 years, I'm sure you can go to Trailhead and actually become a Salesforce developer and learn and be a functional developer, okay? But if you didn't code for 5 years, if you have absolutely no idea about coding, right? This is what we covered here. If this is you and you have no idea about coding, then Trailhead is not a good option for you because Trailhead is not going to teach coding, okay? Trailhead is basically a documentation. It's a documentation and a little bit of quizzes. Okay, I don't know, quiz 1Z or 2Z, no idea, but it's a documentation with some quiz in it. Sometimes you have actually to write some code there, but it is not nearly enough to become a developer. Okay, not nearly enough. Because I would say that number one thing that people get wrong about development and how to become Salesforce developer. Now, number one thing that people don't understand is volume. It would be interesting, guys, write in the chat, what do you think, what is the amount of hours you need to learn how to code from scratch, right? We take someone who's completely green. Is completely green. Okay, we take someone who's completely green, and now we want this person to actually learn how to code. Okay, how many hours is it gonna take? Yeah, so now this person, it's not even a junior, right? It's zero coding skills. Zero coding skills. And from this zero coding skills, we want to have someone become this. This is long hair. This like super crazy, cool junior developer. Just put in the chat the number that you think. What you think, like the estimation approximately. Okay. From zero coding skills to basically a junior. That would be very interesting to see. Forget development. I didn't become admin also by studying Trailhead. I like this take. But isn't it crazy that people recommend all the time Trailhead? Like literally, no matter where you go and ask, hey, how do I become X? 100% guarantee the first comment is going to be go to Trailhead. 100% all the time. Isn't it just crazy that it's wrong? It's just wrong. Just plain wrong. Business use cases and implementation is the most important to transform from coder to developer, which comes from experience. I agree on this. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna give my estimation for how long it takes. Okay, how do I know this estimation? Well, I've been teaching coding for the last 2 years, and I have taught over 100 people for sure. I don't know, my courses were taking for more than 3,000 people took my courses. So I have seen a lot of cases, people going from zero to developer, from junior developer to middle, from middle to senior. All those cases I have seen hundreds of times. So I have an approximate idea how long it takes. Someone says 6 months, 1 year actively practicing. Good guess. I like this idea. Okay. So I found it to be between 500 and 1,000 hours. Important to go from zero coding whatsoever to have an idea about coding, not to be an expert developer, not to be a senior, maybe to be a junior level. Okay, 500 to 1,000 depends on your ability to learn. Because a lot of people, they say, oh, talent doesn't matter, whatever, there is no such thing as whatever, you only need to be persistent, you don't need to be smart, you don't need to have a talent, look at me, I didn't have a talent, and blah 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 blah. This is all BS. This is all not true. Some people have more talent for coding than others. This is true. Like, this is true. It is not the most pleasant thing to hear or to say, But it is just true that some people, some configuration of the brain of certain people allow them to learn coding faster than other people. It is just true. Someone, it might take 500 hours. Some people, it might take 1,000 hours. Okay? It's just all individual, but at least 500. I don't think you can go from zero to being a developer in less than 500 hours. I don't believe so. Okay? And maybe you can even get the job before, but you're still going to be a little bit floating in coding below the 500 hours. And 500 hours, that means if you're practicing every single day, that's 1.5 years. Okay? Sometimes it means 2 years. Okay? So, what it means for you, if you have tried to become a Salesforce developer, but you have not spent at least 500 hours on this thing, at least 500 hours, then you haven't really tried. If you're serious about becoming a Salesforce developer, if you're serious about becoming a coder, you have to spend at least 500 hours. I'm sorry, but you have to, okay? Maybe you're gonna learn something on 300 hours. Totally possible, right? I have seen a lot of people doing in like way less time. But if you're completely on your own, you don't have a mentor, you don't take any courses, you have a budget of $0, right? Then 500, this is what it's gonna take, okay? At least. And you just need to do it, okay? This is not a secret. It's not something that how do I do it? No, it's clear. But the thing about this is that majority of people will not take that much amount of time because majority of people are not serious about this, right? For so many people, oh yeah, maybe I'm gonna learn how to code. They go do Platform Developer 1 certification. They learn a few things here and there. They learn how to do a variable. They learn how to do a loop, a trigger, and that's it, right? And they never go serious about this, which is it's okay. Okay, it's not a big deal. I'm only speaking if you actually want to become and work full time as a Salesforce developer. Okay, that's the thing that I'm speaking about. If you just want to learn coding for yourself, you will be fine with 100 hours. Spend 100 hours on learning how to code, and you will see that you can vibe code better than 99% of Salesforce admins. Okay? But if you're serious about becoming a Salesforce developer, 500 hours is your aim. Okay? Doesn't matter how you get those 500 hours. Better if you condense it into months rather than years, right? But doesn't matter eventually, right? You can spend one day 8 hours, another day 3 hours, and then don't code for 1 week. Who cares, right? Consistency is important, but hours spent totally on something is way more important. Okay. Now, of course, you can speed it up, right? And the best way to speed it up is actually this. This is a free course. Free course, guys. Okay, so I have this free course for you. If you want to speed it up a little bit and learn it faster, right? Understand certain concepts way faster, then you can totally do this course and it's going to help you. Okay, it's totally free. It's going to take you like 60 minutes. It's going to give you basics of Apex and you'll understand. Yeah, and it's going to give you basics of Apex. Okay. Yeah, then think about talent. I need to pay attention that I don't get canceled for what I'm saying here. Talent. Okay. System design concepts are in as Salesforce has a lot of limitations with Gartner limits. Yeah. Salesforce has own different things, right? But eventually Salesforce or not Salesforce, it's all software engineering. If you're a developer, you can switch technologies relatively easy if you're experienced, right? you might need to downgrade at some point, but eventually it doesn't really matter if you're a developer, if you're a software engineer, then doesn't matter that much. Talent. Let's speak about talent. Oh, I'm just not a coder. I don't have the talent, blah, 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 right? I see when it comes to talent, two different kind of camps of people. First is the camp that says talent doesn't matter. Talent does not exist. Only the amount of hours that you put in the work that exists. As I said, I don't believe it. I have seen some students starting from zero and is as little as 3 months coding their own LWC, Apex, Visual Force, and basically already taking some tasks on the job. I have seen that 3 months, if not less. Okay, 3 months. I have seen this. I have seen also people spending 2 years and still struggling with code. Okay, all between my students. And anything between this, there's all the variations where people end up. Doesn't matter where you are. The talent, it is important. You cannot avoid it, right? There's some kind of configuration. Some people just have better abilities for coding than others. But now here's the thing. This is the most important thing, that it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. For you specifically, for you who is watching this stream, it doesn't matter. Because who cares? If you want to, imagine you go to the gym and you have a guy who's like getting jacked just by, I don't know, like just fooling around in the gym. Does it matter for you? You're not gonna get jacked just because that guy can get jacked very fast. No, it doesn't matter. Or that girl, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Do you wanna do this or you don't want to do that? Right? Do you want to get jacked or not? Do you want to become a developer or not? Doesn't matter how long it's gonna take you. Okay, doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. Okay, it does matter. Just the point. My point is, doesn't matter where you are on this talent scale. For you specifically, it doesn't matter. Okay, just the most important, that there's going to be a certain amount of hours that you're going to have to spend on becoming a Salesforce developer. Are you willing to spend those hours to become a developer? If yes, let's go. If no, it's also fine. It's not like Salesforce development is the only one job that you can do, right? So it's all good. So the talent is absolutely something that you should not think about. Okay? And I have heard so many times things like, I am not a coder. I think this is a very strange way of putting it. Okay? I am not a coder. Because coder is not like some kind of coder or developer, software engineer is not some kind of like crazy job that is super unique. Okay? It is not. It is not like being a doctor, you know? You literally imagine, just think about what kind of other job you can spend less than 2 years studying and working in this job and earn like 150,000 in US, right? I'm United States, right? My favorite country. Okay, so United States. What are other jobs that you can do that? Very few, right? Very few. Do you wanna, I don't know, like if you're a doctor, you have to spend like what, 10 years? 10 years. You have to spend 10 years and then you can do something, right? If you're a lawyer, you have to spend at least 5 years, right? If you're a developer, you can knock it out, the coding, in like 1 year, learn everything about coding in like 1 year, and then go work as a developer. And then on the year 2, you're gonna earn good 6 figures. Well, what other job can allow you to do that? So learning how to code is not, it doesn't take a long time if you compare it to all the other things. And now since I started a business, I realized that learning how to code was actually not the long thing. I thought it takes a long time. But now when I see how long it takes to actually build a business, you know, it takes like 5 years on average, I think. 5 years. to build some kind of business, I'm like, okay, so if you spend 2 years on learning how to code, oh my god, years, I can't spell years, okay? 2 years learning how to code, it's fine, you know? So what I'm trying to say with this, and obviously it's like still years, it's still a lot of months, it's still a lot of work. You're gonna have to show up, you're gonna have struggles and all of this, right? But what I wanted to tell you is that if you're willing to commit to this, it's still going to be a very rewarding career path. Okay. Still going to be a very, very good way of earning your money and bringing food to the table, in my opinion. At least for me personally, being a developer, it was the best job I could imagine. Right. There's no, you can work from anywhere you want. There's no meetings that you have to attend. You can develop cool stuff. You can set your own requirements to the company. You can you earn quite a good salary. You have a lot of weekends and all of this. I personally love the job a lot. Yeah. Okay. If you guys have any questions, you can shoot it in the chat. I'll read them. Or if you have any addition to what I have said. So what I'm trying with this stream is like kind of break a little bit of the beliefs that people have around becoming a Salesforce developer. Because I think those misconceptions, they're actually very like they're frequent. And I think in a lot of cases, you kind of put yourself in this cage where you put like those artificial limits on what you can do or you can't do. And this is what I've been doing. I think when I was a junior, I was like, oh, I never gonna lead a team of developers, right? I'm just not, it's not me. I'm not this, I don't know, I'm not a leader. I cannot lead a team of developers. And well, that is kind of just wrong, right? I was putting this limitation on myself. And there's nothing inherently crazy about leading. It's just a skill that you can learn. Okay. And I missed out a lot on a lot of different opportunities by doing that. And that's why I'm trying to bring all these misconceptions that you might have in your head about becoming a Salesforce developer, so that you actually don't have those misconceptions. Okay. So now, another misconception that people have is that they think that learning how to code is like this. Like this. All right, so this is linear. Right? This is what people think. But when you actually start, it is like this. Like this. You can see that most of the time when you start, you're gonna spend a lot of time on a pretty low level of understanding of what's going on. You will have a lot of errors. You will have a lot of mistakes. You will have a lot of things where you have a code, you're trying to make it work, but it doesn't work and you don't know why. Okay. And you're going to spend hours debugging, hours searching for what's wrong, what's going on there. Right. And in the beginning, it's incredibly hard. It's really hard to learn coding in the beginning because it's no fun. I cannot imagine a single person who finds it fun to sit on some kind of debugging thing for hours. Like, I don't think it's the case. Okay. So in the beginning, when you actually start learning how to code, you don't have that much fun. Okay. And you also cannot do a lot of things because you just don't have the experience. So you don't have any fun. You don't know how to do most of the things. You probably also cannot really earn money with coding in the beginning. Yeah. And it just sucks in general. And this is why it's so hard to learn. And then you think, okay, I just have spent like 5 months trying to get there. Okay, well, I'm gonna continue this. I'm gonna continue this thought. It's a very, very good question in the chat. If we take your course, learn Apex, $500, how much time will it take to learn Apex and pass PD1 certification? So, learn Apex should take you about 3 months to finish. Right now, we are working on new modules. If you go to learn Apex right now, you'll see new modules here coming soon. So this module is already done. This one is still in progress. So soon, hopefully this month, we'll make an update to learn Apex that will allow you to learn every single topic you will ever need about Apex. Okay, so this is gonna be really cool. It's gonna shorten your time to actually learn Apex by a lot because you have support, because like literally here's you have everything you need to know. Okay. Now, obviously, you're gonna still need to put the work. You still need to code, blah blah blah. The good thing is that we have a lot of tasks, like smaller tasks that you can do, like this. If you go to variables, for example, here we have tasks, and you can actually go and solve those tasks, right? So you can code here string name or string my name equal to Alex, right? And now if you put it wrong here, you can see it's going to say, hey, no, it didn't compile, right? So actually, you need here a semicolon. Oh, I forgot the semicolon. Let me put here, okay? Let's run it. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, why is it? Because I did not print it out. Okay, system.debug, right? My name. I'm going to print it out. Run. And ta-da, it's done, right? And like these tasks to practice, we have right now, I think, it's getting close to, it's not updated. It's over 700 tasks at this point, right? With the new modules. So this will help you to learn it way faster, especially because we also have leaderboard here, and you can see, you can compete with people here. You can see that some people have been there for 200 days, right? So literally the best place to learn Apex, literally the best. And you can see we have a lot of people who were very happy with Learn Apex, right? So a lot of people. Now, don't buy it right now. I'll tell you this because you're on the stream. You deserve a special insider information. Okay, don't buy it right now. Wait until we do a proper launch. It's gonna be cheaper. Okay. Now, if you don't want to miss it, go to this link that I have sent before and put your email in there. Okay. It's going to put you into the automation, and then you're going to get emails when we launch the whole course with all the new modules and everything, and with some sale. It's going to be there. Okay, it's going to be in your email inbox. So I'm going to personally send you information about what's going on there. So this is the best way to learn Apex. It's the best way. I'm so proud of this platform, and we're not done with this platform. We're going to make it better. We're going to make it so that you can actually become a developer on this platform. This is my big goal for 2026. I am excited about this. Also, part of this is that I want to make it more accessible for people. It's going to be, I think, half the price when we launch, but it's not going to stay half the price. It's going to be only half the price for like 4 days, and then it's going to be back to normal price. Okay, so really don't miss this. There's going to be no like deadline extension. The last time I did it was like 14 months ago, and since that time, people still, even 14 months after, people still asking me, hey, can you make it the price lower? And I'm like, no, there's only those 4 days where the price is lower, and that's it. Okay, there's going to be no second chances. So you guys really need to take it. If you wanted to take Learn Apex platform, wait until we're going to launch this month and then take it. Okay, so this is my insider information for you guys on the stream. Now, to your question, is it going to help you to pass PD1 certification? It does not target specifically PD1 certification. It will help you to pass PD1 certification, but it doesn't specifically target the certification in terms of like focus on force does, for example, with all the questions. The reason for that is because I am focusing on the stuff that you need on the job and not just some certification stuff. I really don't like the certification thing. Like, I'm focusing on actually making you a developer and not just preparing you for the certification. Like, that's my idea. Because, like, with those certifications, you can do as many certifications as you want, but then you end up on the job and you still need to write code. And what if you pass certification but you don't know how to write code? Not good situation, right? So I want to avoid those situations. So I'm only teaching how to actually write code. But now, coming back to my thought that I was speaking about learning how to code. In the beginning, you have this phase where it's like really hard. It's really hard. And you cannot do much. Okay? You cannot do much. And at some point, you understand more and more, and it becomes infinitely more fun. You learn how to actually do stuff, and suddenly you can do a lot of cool things on Salesforce that other people can't, that other Salesforce admins can't, right? And this becomes so much fun that it becomes way easier for you to learn it. It's like this snowball thing where you basically, the better you are, the more fun it is, because the better you are, the easier it is for you to code, and the more of a cool things you can do. And it goes just exponentially here, like this. It goes exponentially more fun, and this is your coding skill. Just gets exponentially more fun. And while you're in this phase where you don't know how to code, you're frustrated and you feel like it's going to be like this all the time, but it will not. At some point, you will be like, oh, I understand everything. I understand way more, and I can actually do a lot of cool things. Okay? So that's how it's going to be, basically. Yep. So yeah, this is my a lot of drawings today. A lot of drawings. It looks pretty crazy here. I was about to ask for discount. Thanks for the info about half the price for 4 days. Looks forward to it. Yeah. I'm not making any discount for my stuff in general. Only for a very, like, maybe once a year I do something. But so the only time I've done a discount was for one course, for the Learn Apex platform, just because we launched it for the first time. And this is why I made the discount. And that was it. I've never ever did any other discounts for anything else. And the reason for that is actually simple. It's not because I don't want, like, the reason for that is because once you do a discount, you cannot stop, because what is the limit? The limit of discount is making everything for free, and then I starve. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I have to make it. I have to charge money. Otherwise, I won't have anything to eat. And my developers, I have to fire my developers and my team, which I really don't want to. One of my developers is in Ukraine on the front lines. So if you guys want to support those type of things, then you can buy my stuff, and it goes directly to the developer. Okay, that's it for the stream. Thank you so much, everyone. Go check out, go put your email in there in those links, and then you'll get more information about this. Thank you so much, everyone. Subscribe, like. Bye everyone.